Hey guys, welcome back to another Gwent deck, and today we're going to be focusing on the four brand new Skellige reveals coming to Once Upon a Pyre on June 8th, which is getting very close now, so super exciting times. If you guys missed my Syndicate, Northern Realms, Monsters, and Nilfgaard videos, you can check out my playlist, my Gwent playlist, which will have all of them. And yeah, it's time for Skellige. So, Skellige, command the devastating storms using ancient rituals and rain on your enemy's parade. So this word here and this word here are very indicative of what Skellige is going to be focusing on in this expansion. So first up, the legendary card, Fulmar, 6 strength, 12 provisions, human cultist druid. So another druid, which means another proc for Gedinith, which is the Skellige scenario. Deploy, spawn and play Tears of Siren. Order, replace rain on an enemy row with storm of the same duration. Excuse me. Praise the goddess for all the paths that she opens before you, and turn your greedy gaze away from those she closes in her wisdom. Fulmar. Alright, so this card is obviously the big bang of this sort of archetype that Skellige has. So first things first, let's see what Tears of Siren does. So before we go for Fulmar, obviously he spawns Tears of Siren, which is this card right here. It is a brand new common alchemy special card for Skellige, Tears of Siren. Spawn rain on an enemy row for 2 turns, then spawn a deafening siren on the opposite row. It is said that they only cry for love lost. A pity they only love once in a lifetime. So this card essentially, assuming your rain gets full value, places a 6 for 4, which is not bad at all. It's a pretty decent card, you know. It's alchemy, which means it can be tutored by Ermion. It has beast synergy because it spawns a deafening siren on your side of the board. It is, and it also synergizes well with Battle Trance because of the alchemy tag, which means it can, you know, heal one of your units. Because of the passive of Battle Trance, it pulls out your Crow Mother if you're running it, which you typically are if you're playing alchemy. So yeah, I'd say this is a 3 out of 5 card. I think it's a solid card, not amazing, not bad at all, not average. It's just a very solid, good card. This card also synergizes really well with cards like Great Swords and Dagger, because those cards like having multiple pings of damage, which is what Rain exactly does. So yeah, really nice card. 3 out of 5 for me. But yeah, let's move back to Fulmar now. So as you can see, assuming Tears of Siren gets full value, Fulmar plays base value, 12 out of 12, immediately. And then what you can do is you can replace Rain on an enemy row with Storm. So what is Storm? Storm is Skellige Storm. Oops, if I can spell it right. Right here, this is Storm. Skellige Storm. Spawn Storm on an enemy row for 2 turns. So the effect of Storm is that it damages all units on the row by 1. It's basically a Lacerate, but 1 damage instead of 2. Or you can think of it like a Tin Boy without a body, right? No, Tin Boy does 2 damage. Think of it like a to reveal range row without a body. So it's a really powerful effect, and especially in a body, right? So what this card is saying is that you play Tears of Siren, right? Tears of Siren has 2 turns, so the first turn will always proc, because whether it procs on the start of your opponent's turn. And then once you return to your turn, and if Fulmar survives, you can turn that remaining turn, the 1 remaining turn of Rain, into a Storm, which can be really valuable if there is a whole row of units, right? You can deal some really powerful damage. Honestly, Fulmar is a fantastic card. But another thing is that this synergizes really well with Rage of the Sea. Spawn Rain on enemy for 2 turns and a Deafening Siren on the opposite. So what you could do is you play Tears of Siren, you let 1 turn pass, and then the next turn when you go to use the order, you play Leader ability on the same row with the turn. So that goes to 3 turns of Rain then, which becomes 3 turns of Storm, which against if there's multiple units, is very devastating. It's a very powerful effect. Think of it like a mini Dragon's Dream almost, except, you know, it's happening over the course of 3 turns. Very powerful effect, guys. I think Fulmar is an easy 4 out of 5. It's a fantastic card. Extremely powerful, gives you some good synergy, and it just brings back, you know, it just brings back Rage of the Sea in a big way. This leader ability has seen a big fall off ever since it got reworked or tweaked, you know, where they nerfed the amount of charges it has from 3 to 2. So yeah, this leader ability is getting a lot of synergy this expansion. Fulmar easy 4 out of 5. So yeah, Fulmar 4 out of 5, Tears of Siren 3 out of 5. Just great cards in general. Bride of the Sea, 4 strength, 8 provisions, epic card, human cultist, druid, another druid, deploy. Play an alchemy card from your graveyard with provision cost of 4 or less. Increase the cost by the total duration of rain and storm on your opponent's side. Chosen from among the descendants of Ryogan the Undying. A man whose deeds have cast a dark shadow over his skin for decades. So it seems like she's going to be sacrificed to the seas for something some of their ancestors did. And that is a shame. Gives me a very, a Clash of the Titan vibe. She looks like, it reminds me of Andromeda for some reason. Yeah. Such a pretty artwork that unfortunately has a very sad story in it. Alright. This card is fantastic. Immediately. This is essentially Skellige's version of Forest Protector. 3 provisions cheaper, but with a condition, right? Because you can replay alchemy cards. Let's look at all the alchemy cards. Just quickly look at the alchemy cards. If I can spell it right. Alchemy. Okay, something's wrong with me. There we go, alchemy. So I'm looking for special cards, card types. Special, there we go. So these are all the alchemy special cards you have. Is she limited to Skellige? No, she's not limited to Skellige cards as well. But considering you're playing in a Skellige deck, most of the time you're going to be playing, you won't be playing the runestones of other factions, right? But you can replay. So on deploy, if assuming you have no rain or storm, you can play 4 provisions, right? So what's 4 provisions? You have Crow's Eye Rhizome. That's really good. It gives you all 3 rows, which is 10 for 8 immediately. Same thing for Golden Froth, a 10 for 8, assuming you have 3 units. Ointment is a Nilfgaard one, so you don't really play that. Crow's Eye, Makamale is This is actually good. Marjoram is really nice. It's another 10 for 8. And it synergizes really well with armor, so that's also good. Again, so yeah, those are but this is 5 provisions, right? So now, the moment this is why it synergizes really well with your leader with Raider Disease. You can potentially play a double Gigascorpion Decoction. That's why it's so similar to Forest Protector, right? It's double removal. If you play Scorpion, the Decoction on one engine you want to kill or a threat you want to kill, and then if you want to kill something else, you use 1 leader charge. That gives you 2 turns of rain immediately, which means the provision cost goes from 4 to 6, and you just play her again, and you play this again. Really powerful card. And we all know how good Forest Protector is, and that card is at 11 provisions, and it's seen in a lot of Squirtle decks. It's a very powerful effect. That double remove potential is so good, and that's why I think Bride of the Sea is an easy 4 out of 5. Easy 4 out of 5. I could even say it's a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's a fantastic card. It's a Druid as well, which means it procs your Gedinith. And it's a double proc on Crow's Mother if your Crow's Mother got killed, for example. It's just a fantastic card. You can also play all of the great cards. Delirium you could play again if you so wish. Elf and Onion if you want to meme with her. In a Witcher deck, you could actually play this for double. You can play Freya's Blessing again. You can also play Signifer's Right again, though it does require 9 provisions, which means you would have to have 5 turns. And the only way to get that would be to play 1 Tears of the Siren and then double leader charge, which is very expensive, to be fair. It could be like a big finisher. The reason I say 1 Tears of the Siren is because the first turn will proc, because you'd have to play Bride in the next turn, obviously. So I think, yeah, Signifer's Right is a little unrealistic. It is possible. It's a little unrealistic. The best thing about her is, the best cards to use with her is Gigascorpion Decoction, Freya's Blessing, Rhizome, and Froth, and I would say Marjoram. I think these are the best alchemy cards to play with. I think she's a fantastic card. I would give her another 4 out of 5. Not 5 out of 5 just because she requires a little setup. Like Forest Protector for me is a 5 out of 5 card, just because it doesn't require any setup apart from playing Rebuke or another nature card before, which isn't too difficult at all. This one requires rain and a bit of leader synergy, because right now I think Skellige, though. Let me just check something. What are the ways to spawn rain that Skellige can use? Avalok, it's a really bad card. This guy got. It's a really bad card. Scepter of the Storms, sure. I think, yeah, this gives you 3 turns though, to be fair, which can be useful. And what? Oh, train. That's fine. And this, which honestly, playing it naked is very bad, right? Like you might see Scepter of the Storms, maybe. It's a 6 for 6 that gives you rain for 3 turns, which can be useful because once the timer goes down to 2, it sets up your Bride of the Sea a lot without having to use leader charge. So yeah, could use this maybe. Honestly, yeah, but yeah, easy 4 out of 5 for me. I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5. Solid 4 out of 5. Fantastic card. Alright, the final card is the rare card, Melusine Cultist. This is so good to see Melusine Cultist. I'm surprised we actually get to see Melusine herself. For those who don't know, Melusine is the name of a massive siren from The Witcher 3. She's one of the monsters you kill in a contract, and she's actually worshipped by a couple of cultists, and it looks like we have that. So we might actually see Melusine come in a future sub expansion, maybe the August one. Actually, who knows? This could be like a interesting prediction, right? She might be a monster card for all I know, though it'd be just be a skill. Anyway, let's move on. 3 strength, 1 armor, 5 provisions. Human cultist druid. So yeah, order. Spawn rain for 2 turns on an enemy row. At the end of your turn, if there is rain on the opposite row, boost the unit to the right by 1. If there is storm on the opposite row, boost adjacent units by 1 instead. But we can still eat fish, can't we? I'm not sure if that's a reference to anything. But anyway, yeah, so this card is very similar to the, is it the Wild Hunt card? What's it called? Yeah, Nagelfar's Crew, right? It's an engine that synergizes extremely well with its own effect. And this card plays for a lot of points, potentially. So spawn rate for 2 turns means 4 value, potentially. Obviously, I'm assuming no armor, no shield procs, so let's just say that. So that's 7 there. And you're obviously going to play this opposite. This actually plays as a 9 for 5. And if there's a... let's say the second turn of rain turns into a storm for whatever reason, right? For whatever reason. Maybe using Fulmar or something. That becomes even better. This is a really powerful card, guys. It's a solid, powerful engine for this deck. Very nice card, actually. Let's go back at Storm again. 7 provisions for 2 turns. You might actually see this card being run in this deck now. Unironically, by the way. You know, there's value in playing Storm now, right? It's not the best value. We might actually see more synergy with Storm and Rain in the August and October expansions. So that's why I'm not saying full-on Storm is going to be seen in every Skeleton Storm is going to be seen in every deck. But yeah, Melusine Cultist, even without the second sentence, is still a fantastic card. It's playing as a potential 9 for 5, which is really good, and it has armor, which means it's difficult to kill. On deploy, it plays as a 4, because there's rain on the opposite row. Assuming you played it on the correct row, obviously. So you need to kill it. To kill this, you'd have to play like a 5-point removal, which is Rebuke or something. It's a really, really good card, guys. I think this is another 4 out of 5. I think it's a fantastic card. Even without synergies, right? It's still great, and it plays extremely well with Great Swords as well. It's a bronze initiator for Great Swords package. Like, I can easily see you running Great Swords as another bronze in this kind of deck. You play this out and you play Great Swords. Great card, great card. Skellige got some fantastic cards, and the best thing is they're not warriors. They don't enhance warriors in any way except for the Great Swords, obviously, who is a warrior. But it looks really good. I might just eat my own words in the future. You might just see people running, you know, maybe Melusine Cultist in like a warrior greatsword deck, Bride of the Sea maybe. But yeah, it's just good to see something else being synergized. And what's interesting is that while they're all druids, I don't necessarily think they're going to be run in a Battle Trance deck. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to my deck builder. I honestly think we're going to see them run in a Raider of the Sea deck. I think Raider of the Sea has got a lot of potential now, especially with all these 4 cards. Great Swords, you can run Signifer's Right, you can run a bunch of warriors on the side as well. You have like Morkwag and stuff. Yeah, it just seems like a really nice card. Is it good in a... Is it good in an alchemy deck running Gedinith? I don't think it's fantastic. Like, it procs them, that's for sure. It's honestly okay. Like, this card I don't think is great in an alchemy deck. It might be a decent bronze card in there, like as a non-synergistic value for value bronze card. But you might see Fulmar / Bride of the Sea / Tearsan. Like, Bride of the Sea definitely for sure. Being able to play double, again, alchemy cards is a big thing. You're going to see this. Honestly, guys, Skellige has received some fantastic cards. I'm very excited for this. So yeah, let's look at this again. 4 to 5, 4 to 5, 4 to 5, and a 3 out of 5. Great stuff from Skellige. And yeah, I think when this video comes out, it's going to be Friday my time. So which means we might see... I'm not sure what the... Are we going to see Squirtle cards tomorrow? I don't know if we're going to see 2 of them. They might save some of them for the Masters tournament. And I think... So this is my prediction. I think we'll see Squirtle by Saturday, which is the end of day 1 for Masters, and then neutrals probably revealed on day 2 with some patch changes coming. That the patch notes for 8.6, right? That's I think what we're going to see. Not 8.6, 9.1, I assume. It's a new patch, right? Yeah. Anyway, but that's Skellige, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I also uploaded a video prior to this, which is a fun little dragon deck with Scoia'tael, so I hope you guys did check that out as well. If you guys did enjoy this video and found it interesting, please do let me know. Let me know your thoughts below as well. If you agree with my ratings I've given for these cards, if you think they're worse than you expect them to be, if you think they're better than you think, better than I think, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.